Hey y'all, this is Markita with Angels 22, and welcome to a special episode of the Tuesday Circle podcast. We thank you all for joining us and welcome back. If you are new to our platform, my name is Markita, and this is,
I'm Nick. Welcome everybody. Welcome.
yes, and we created a brand called Angels 22, and this brand is all about healing out loud after the loss of a mom or mom figure. In our case, we lost our biological mom. This month, actually, on the 22nd, will be 14 years ago.
hmm
So, this is a special podcast episode because we are recording on Mother's Day. So, we're just doing a little something different. Still talking about the same things, but we want to dedicate this episode to Mother's Day.
hmm
So, with this episode, we're going to be talking about like our growth over the years. I guess, all 14 Mother's Days that we've had to go through without her, how it's been, what's been different, what may have been the same. But before we get into that, we always want to open up our episodes with the angel check in. That's just a time for us to kind of talk to each other to figure out, how we're feeling, how, where we are mentally, um, how we've been feeling this week or even today. So, Nick, how are you feeling today?
Well, I'll say I know this morning I was a little bit sad when I got up this morning. Just kind of realizing that it was Mother's Day. Another year without mommy, and I think the biggest thing for me was that I think about oftentimes like what we would be doing right now for Mother's Day if mommy was here, right? So I always try to like play out a picture of like, um, what we would do or what we would get her, just to kind of try to feel still like some closeness. Um, and to be completely honest, I think a lot of the times, which isn't a good thing, I think a lot of the times too, after a while I start to get numb to Mother's Day. If that makes sense, is and it does suck, but I think that like I I think that I'll be sad surrounding the day, and then it kind of numbs out, right? Like it kind of numbs out because I think I just kind of get exhausted with the fact that she isn't here, and the fact that I have to like be like, oh, this is the what ifs. This would be like what we would do and all that stuff. So I would say that's how I'm feeling today for Mother's Day. How about you? What would you say, or how would you say that you're feeling?
I would say I kind of felt similar to you. I don't think it hit me when I woke up this morning, but I think just being at church and seeing that a lot of mothers were being celebrated and just looking around and you kind of just see families come together, you see children with their moms. I think in moments like that it hit me, and I think moments when I'm sitting still is when it hits me the most, because like you said, I can be, and I have been for a long time, just like numb on Mother's Day, not knowing what to feel. And sometimes I just don't feel nothing at all. It's like I want to feel something. I want to cry. I want to break down. I want to be sad. But it's like a part of me is so, a part of my heart is like so cold and closed off. I don't know if that makes sense, but um, I just, it's like with anything that's numb, it's like you don't feel. If you poke it, if you touch it, if you hit it, it's like, you don't really feel nothing. I think that can be the scary thing about grief. And I don't know if it's the unhealed part, if it's the part that we haven't processed through. But it can be scary because it's like, are you dealing with it, or is the numbness a part of like the journey? Like, I don't know. I I would say I'm trying to become more intentional with asking myself questions to make sure I'm present in my emotions. So, like, taking time to really ask myself, like, okay, Marquita, today is Mother's Day. How do you feel today? Like, really, how do you feel? Not, oh, I'm okay, oh, it's all right, and just kind of like smiling through it, but really trying to figure out like how how are you feeling? So, I guess I have mixed emotions. It's like a wave. I could be sad, and the next minute I'm like, my perspective changed, and then the next minute I'm just like, oh, this really is life. Like, it's just a wave of emotions, is what I would say.
Yeah, I think that's well put. Same, yeah, definitely same here. I think for sure,
Hmm.
and like also too, I think sometimes it's kind of hard to sit in it. So I know, like for me, anything like surrounding mommy's passing, it it is unhealthy. So I am admitting that. Like I try to rush past the feeling of feeling
Hmm.
feeling sad or feel like I don't like to sit in it for a long time. Basically, is what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Like and like you know, it's almost like sometimes, like you said, like I be wanting to cry, and sometimes I do cry. Like
Hmm.
I do have moments like sporadically, especially on like Mother's Day. You get what I'm saying? Like I may cry. You get what I'm saying? Like, but I try to tell myself like it's okay. Like have that moment. Like have that moment. Like, but at the same time, I also try to tell myself on the other hand, like sometimes like don't be sad for too long. Like try to change
Yeah.
perspective and like and that's why on Mother's Day I take pride like in reaching out to all of the mother figures that I've came across or like our family and friends. Like I try my best to like reach out to them because that also kind of helps like lift my spirits too. So that's
Yeah.
it.
I agree with that. I think I've noticed that when this could be a distraction, but I noticed that when I'm like helping other people or I'm in like a serving mindset where it's like maybe I'm doing something or maybe I'm with somebody else and helping them to process what they have going on. Like when I'm in that mindset, I'm less focused on my own emotions, I would say.
Yeah.
So it I think it is a distraction, but I do think it helps to kind of like uplift your spirit and
Correct.
keep you going. Like you said, not sitting in it, not staying sad. Like that's important,
Yeah. No, I
I would
agree.
say.
100%.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. And it's also good for y'all that are watching to take a moment to have your own check-in, your own angel check-in with yourself, whether you journal, whether you have a friend that you talk to on a daily basis, a therapist, a family member, whatever the case may be. Like do a check-in. It don't have to be nothing long, but just making sure that today you're choosing to be present with the feelings that you may have today. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's episode. So, we're talking all about Mother's Day. And for us, like I said, this is year 14 since our mom has passed away. And every year kind of looks different. So, I kind of want us to like talk about the history of our Mother's Days, like what they're like now versus what they were when she first passed. Like, do you remember like when mommy first passed, like our very first Mother's Day without her? That was 2013 was our first. Well, yeah, I think so. It depends on what month Mother's Day was in May. I mean, what day Mother's Day was in May. She passed away in May, but I can't remember if Mother's Day was the beginning of May that month, the end of May.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually look. I'm gonna look.
Yeah, well, while you look, I'll answer. I think I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think it was a blur, like the first year, because
Mm-hmm.
for well, not the first year, but that Mother's Day, because depending on whether it landed before mommy passed or after, either way for me it was a blur, like, and I think I was just so overwhelmed with the the fact that we were losing her, right?
Yeah.
Like I was already like overwhelmed, like, and then you think about it, like it was a bummer because then her birthday was literally the next month, right?
Yep.
So, everything just kind of felt like it was like running all together if you ask me. And
Mhm.
so for me, to be honest, it was a blur for me. Like I don't even really I don't even really remember um like literally uh how I was feeling as it pertains to Mother's Day per se, but I was already sad.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
if that contributes for anything, then I would have to say so myself. Like, what would you say?
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Like it's blank. Seriously. And I would love to talk to a professional person so I can kind of understand because I I don't it's like I don't remember. And when I just looked online, it says that Mother's Day was in 2012, Mother's Day was on Sunday, May 13th. So she was definitely still physically here. She was pretty ill, but she was still physically here. So that's kind of hard. Like, I don't think that I vividly remember anything from that Mother's Day. And that is like, I think that is one thing that kind of breaks my heart. It's like, I want to have more vivid memories from, that year. But it's like everything just feels so blank. Even if I try hard and like really strain and think about it, nothing. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I
I
don't
I
know.
think and if we're being vulnerable in this space, I would have to say just like I don't think I even cared about Mother's Day that year. To be
Really?
honest, I don't think I really cared about it because it goes back to what I said. Like I was just so consumed emotionally with the
Mhm.
fact that mommy was like dying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was nothing that we could do about it. Like
Mhm.
I think Mother's Day probably was the furthest thing from my thought process
Yeah.
at any time during that period because what that would be like a week and a half maybe between then and mommy passing, like leading up to her passing, like it was just
Mhm.
moving so fast. Like we was back and forth at the hospital. We were kind of once visiting hours was over and stuff like that, felt like we would just eat, sleep, shower, and then we back to the same thing. It just felt like we was just on the move constantly, constantly. And one thing I
Yeah.
am learning about grief is that it does different things to different people. So sometimes it can create like brain fog.
Mhm.
It can create like a brain fog. And I think for me, that's exactly like the best way I can describe it. Like I, I,
Yeah.
I, I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah. That is true. So like, what is a Mother's Day that you do remember? Like when, like after since she's been gone, like is there a Mother's Day that you can remember like vividly?
No, I'm gonna be honest.
That's so
I
crazy.
I don't I don't if like that's like you said earlier. I would literally have to sit and really think about it, but it's not.
Mhm.
But also too, another thing as well is like mommy's birthday was like I don't know. I don't really want to say her birthday was like super close to Mother's Day because it wasn't. But
Mhm.
like I don't think I remember a Mother's Day when mommy was here. I really couldn't tell you.
Well, not when she was here, but I'm saying like since she's passed, like after her passing, like is there a Mother's Day that kind of like stood out to
Oh,
you?
all of them feel the same.
That is true.
Yeah, I mean, we've been honest. Sorry, I kind of misunderstood the question the first time, but yeah, all of them feel the same to me. Like, I mean, they
Mhm.
don't, they don't get, it doesn't get any. I don't want to say better, like in a way of like that they are worse, but
Mhm.
meaning that like she's not here to be
Yeah.
celebrated. the way that I would want to. So it's just kind of like, nah. You know, I mean, it just all kind of just feels the same is to me.
Yeah. Well, I was actually gonna say our first annual Missing You Mother's Day brunch
Mm,
felt like a really good Mother's Day because we were amongst other people
mm,
who, like us, lost a mom or lost a mom figure, and it was a space for us to kind of like lift them up and be positive
yeah,
and to keep each other encouraged. So I will say last year, Mother's Day kind of stood out um, because it was almost like we had something to look forward to.
yeah. You're right about that. How
And
could I forget that?
yeah,
Yikes.
I will say that it was like we had something to look forward to. It was like exciting. It wasn't like a day where it was like daunting or like another Mother's Day. Like it wasn't that.
Yeah.
It was just like wow, like we really get to be around people and build community and all of those things. So I will say that is one that's when it kind of it it felt special. I was, and I would say, remember that year I was trying, well, not trying to, but I did decorate a little bit in the house.
Oh, you're doing
Um,
COVID.
yeah, during COVID. Just for me, I can honestly say that when I like put effort into like trying to make a day out of it, I think that it's more meaningful
Hmm.
to me. But if it's just a day where I'm just like, I'll literally I'll acknowledge Mother's Day for the other mothers and other family members that we have that are mothers or friends that we have that are mothers. Like I'll acknowledge it in that way. But if it really wasn't for that, I probably would just treat it like another day.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, it's Sunday, I go to work tomorrow. Like I wouldn't take the time to think about like this is Mother's Day, like mommy's not here. All of that stuff wouldn't be, but because of those people in our life, I do acknowledge it more than what I probably would. But it helps me when, we plan things around that day and make it fun. That kind of helps me a lot actually, is what I would say. So do you think like you have any triggers on Mother's Day? Like is there anything that's like triggers you or like maybe it might trigger you and put you in a sad space or
Hmm. I'd say like seeing other people celebrate their mothers, like
mhm.
seeing other people um take their mothers out, or just kind of like having access to their mom. I'm
Yeah.
saying like because it sucks because this is a day where I wish that we could celebrate mommy, but that's not our
Mhm.
reality, and it just it it just makes things like a little bit difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, but in the same token, it does help to see that people are celebrating their moms, and that people do
Mhm.
have like good mom or mom figures in their life. So that's what I would say. What about you? What would you say?
Hmm. I would say a trigger for me is like seeing people like give their mom their flowers while they're still here. Like the kind words or like, "Oh, this is how much you mean to me." Like those kind of things because I wish, we try to do that through the platform, especially with like our missing you Mother's Day. I mean, missing you mom letters. Like we try to do that, but I think you know it's different being able to have mommy here and like tell her like how much you mean to us and how much we love you, how much you taught us, like all of those things. Just not being able to give her her flowers. I think that's definitely a trigger for me. And I'm trying to think what else could be a trigger for me on Mother's Day. Hmm. Another thing that's a trigger for me is seeing people who don't like acknowledge their mom on Mother's Day. It's like, who are you? Like, how dare you? But I do understand that not everybody has a thriving, healthy relationship with their mom. And that makes me sad because it's just like sad in the sense that everybody should know what it feels like to have a mom or to have a relationship with their mom or to be close to their mom. But when you think about people who hate their mother, who have disagreements with their mom, like it does something to me because it's just like why? But I understand. And moms aren't perfect. They mess up, they make mistakes. You have children raising mothers like when it should be the other way around. You have mothers who've abandoned their children. Like it's so many things who've abused their children. Like it's so many things that factor into that. So I do understand it's a loaded thing, but it does make me sad because I think everybody deserves to have a positive, healthy relationship with their mom. So I would say that for sure is a trigger for me. 'Cause it's like foreign, but I have to understand not everybody has the relationship that me and you had with mommy with their mom. So
Yeah, and real quick, while you on that topic, like, for those who are watching or even listening, um, our heart does go out to you because I know that's a different type of grief as well, right? Like, not being able to have a relationship with your mom, or, not feeling like it's something that you can rekindle or anything like that, and kind of wanting to have a mom that is all about you and that wants to be in your life and that wants to do right by you as a daughter. Like, our heart and our support does go out to you today as well.
yeah, yeah, that it the for sure, because that's different. Like I couldn't imagine what life would be like if mommy was like a terrible mother, like just horrible. I just couldn't. I don't know. I just couldn't imagine that. So, like Nick said, like our hearts go out to you, because that's a hard pill to swallow, and it's a lot of work. Because some people are okay with the idea of never rekindling with their mom ever to the day they die. Like they just don't care. And there are some people who I imagine want to but don't know how to or maybe afraid to. And I, it's hard for me to say exactly because I'm not in your shoes. But if I could be a voice, I would tell you it's worth the try. It's really worth the try. It's worth you trying and taking that leap of faith and not allowing fear to hold you back from taking the first step to rekindle your relationship with your mom.
And what I will say with that, only if and only if it is a safe space to do so.
Yep.
If it is not a safe space to do so, whatever your circumstance may be with your mom, and you just feel like it's just not something that you want to put yourself in, that's going to hurt you in any way, shape, or form, emotionally, mentally, physically, or
Mhm.
spiritually, we don't advocate for that part. We don't
Yeah.
we don't advocate for that part. But if it's something that obviously can be rekindled, in a space that's safe, in a space that's respectful, we'll definitely, we definitely encourage you all to kind of take a shot at it, right? Like,
Mhm.
and wherever it goes from there, it goes from there. But at least you tried, right? But everybody, like I said, everybody's circumstance is different. We don't know what people go through in their household. We don't know what people have been through in their childhood. So only if it's a safe space to do so.
Yep. I would definitely agree with that. So Nick, like what do you think? Let's give them four things to walk away with. today on like how to help them through their Mother's Day and things that they can kind of take with them into their week, and like what are two things you do too and I'll do too of like just some encouragement, something that can kind of help the next person to make it through this, this Mother's Day.
Yeah, so what I'd say is my first thing is I would say, you create a new tradition for how you want to celebrate your mom. It could be something as small as getting a cupcake and putting a candle in it and being like, Mom, I celebrate you today, and blowing the candle out, right? Like, or it could be, like you just kind of going out for dinner or going out for lunch. You get what I'm saying? Or something like that, just to celebrate your mom so that way you can feel like that she is still celebrated though she is not here. Um, my second thing I would say is to make sure that you are around love and support today. Like, even if like, I know some people kind of do small things like may hold like a little brunch, or a family may do like a cookout for all of the mothers and things like that. I would say definitely try to put yourself around that type of love and support. And even still, if it makes you feel better, like, and this just kind of popped up in my head, but like if you happen to be in that space and you're able to give the mothers that are around, still give them their flowers and, do nice gestures or something like that for Mother's Day for somebody else's mom. I think that would definitely kind of help out tremendously as well. Or like, let's just say you go into the workplace this week. You may be a supervisor or you may not be a supervisor, but if you have the chance to, celebrate all of the moms that may be on your staff or all of the moms who may work at your job, if you wanted to do like maybe like a little, you get them some donuts, say, hey, happy Mother's Day to all of the moms who work, for us. Because I will say too, like, we don't give enough credit to the moms that are busting their butt each and every day to get the work, to still prioritize their kids while also trying to prioritize them at the same time. Like, they deserve a badge of honor for that because, at the end of the day, like, I know, shout out to all you moms who put the whole family on your back. Y'all put the whole
Yep.
family on your back, and you don't make no excuses for why nothing can't get done. Why, why your kids don't have the all of the chances in the world to be successful. All of the sleepless nights, and sometimes you may be on your last ends with, but you still make a way and you still make it work. So shout out to the moms who um who work hard each and every day, sometimes overtime, just to
Yep.
make sure that, you support your kids in the best way possible. So that's what I would say. What would you say?
Okay, that was good. I would say release it. Please release it. I don't, if you gotta cry, if you gotta scream, if you have a kickboxing class at your gym, if you want to take a boxing class, or you gotta dance, you gotta shout to the top of your lungs. Release the emotion today. Don't hold on to it. Don't hold it in. Don't feel like, oh, it might be a burden to somebody else. Please release it so that you can take that weight off of yourself. Release it. And that's okay. And I'm speaking to you, and I'm speaking to me, and I'm speaking to Nick. Release it. Because I've spent so many years thinking that if I held it in, that meant I was strong. And that's not the case. The true strength is being vulnerable, and being vulnerable enough to not care about what everybody else thinks, and really just rewriting that whole narrative about what a strong woman is. Um, and the most important thing for me is to talk to God today, spend some time with Him, pray, journal, go on a prayer walk, put on your favorite worship song, but invite Him in to this journey with you. Because our strength is not enough. We can't rely on our own understanding. He has all the answers. He knows, and He cares about us. So invite Him in. Don't just exclude Him out of this and not think that He doesn't want to be a part of that, because He does. He wants to be in it with you. He wants to help you to navigate through this so you don't feel alone. So you have his peace, not your own peace, not the peace that the world gives, but his peace, so that you can stay in your right state of mind and you can continue to make it on throughout the week. So those are the two things that, I would say. And if I can add just one more, just take things slow today. Take things slow. It don't have to be a race. It don't have to be that you're living so far into the future with things, because I felt myself kind of doing that today. Like, just be present today and focus on today, and you are going to be okay. We are a living testimony that you will be okay. Life will be okay. Mother's Day, the next Mother's Day, and the next Mother's Day, it's going to be okay. It really, really is. So I want to say that's it for this segment. And we want to end all of our segments with a cheers. So we have our drinks. We both drinking water today. So what are you cheersing to? You guys say it again. You gotta unmute.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, I was on mute. My apologies, y'all. So I'm going to cheers to making it through another Mother's Day. Um,
Absolutely.
it's difficult, right? It doesn't. I would be very I would be very wrong to say that it gets easier, because it doesn't. And I know, it's some people's first Mother's Day without their mom. Um,
Yep.
and the pain sometimes still feel the same then and 14 years later, right? Like
Mm.
some people, you know, are really hard on themselves on Mother's Day when when their mom is absent from life. And so I want to just kind of be able to say, like Markita said, a couple minutes ago, like I'm just cheering because I was able to take it easy on myself today, and it's okay to take it easy on yourself today. Like, give yourself grace, like and even no matter what your day looked like, whether you cried your whole way through the day, or you were sad the whole day, whatever it is that you went through, still cheers to yourself that you made it through the day, right? Or that you're doing the best that you can to get through the day, and to still keep your spirits lifted, and to still reach out to the other mom figures that may be in your life, who you are able to still give their flowers to. So that's what I'm gonna cheers to.
I love that one. And I'm gonna cheers to you. To you that is watching this. This is for you. I'm drinking this nice cold glass of water for you today because you did it. You made it. God has kept you. He's still good regardless. And your head is not rolling down the street. You are okay. So I'm cheersing to you, because you're a lot stronger than what you know. And there are people in this world that love you, may have never met you, may not have never seen you, but we love you because we understand where you are. And we understand some of how you're feeling. So this one is for you. Cheers.
Cheers. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's
Happy
Day.
Mother's
Happy
Day.
Mother's Day. And wherever this reaches you today, whether it reaches you today, tomorrow, please, whatever you got in your cup, whatever you got in your bottle, when you get to this part of the episode, take a cheers, right? Like, because it's even
Cheers.
the small things sometimes that still kind of make you feel, a little bit of light, right? So if you make it to this part of the episode, which we hope you all are watching it to the fullest, go ahead and give yourself a cheers.
Yep. Cheers to you. So we thank y'all so much for watching our Mother's Day episode. We hope that you enjoy it. We hope that it helps you. It brings light to your day. It lightens up all of the areas that may feel dark today. We thank you for all of your support. We thank you for tuning in. As always, please make sure that you subscribe. Leave us some comments. We would love to talk back to you. And follow us on all platforms at Angel22. Until next episode, We love you all.
Bye.